First of all, Mr. Petkovski, Mr. Kočovski, Alexandra, thank you for inviting us from the inspectorate to participate to this conference and for bringing us to this very beautiful place. To start with the inspection system for inspections, how we develop the system and how we implement the system. First of all, I need to make some connection with OSH strategy and information system to support inspections. Like we all saw from yesterday's presentations, a lot of national strategies have implementation of ICT solutions to support OSH management and delivery. We recognized this when we started to establish the inspectorate in 2006 as a part of entire inspection reform. Of course, this is related only to an inspection part of the entire system of OSH delivery. Before I start with the presentation of the IT system development and implementation, I need to say a few words about the inspectorate. It was founded by the, of course, entity, Republika Srpska government, supported by the World Bank in one of very large project. And one single institution was formed with all business inspections, or to say 12 inspections were moved from 9 ministries into single institution. One of these inspections is the labor inspection. Like you see on the slide, on the top of the inspection pyramid for each of inspections is the chief inspector, who is managing inspectors both on regional and municipal level. Of course, when we started, we immediately redefined our goals, mission, vision, goals and objectives. We even developed a new slogan to promote a new mission as prevention and correction as much as possible, and repression as much as it's necessary. Strategic goals are identified as increased discipline in regulation implementation, and in parallel to develop and promote culture of dialogue between social partners. In 2010, in the United States, all of us were witnesses of a huge catastrophe in Mexican Gulf. The British Petroleum oil rig exploded, and 11 workers died immediately. About more than 10,000 kilometers, square kilometers of sea were spoiled, were covered by oil. About 100,000 birds were murdered, were killed. One of reasons, only one of reasons, of course, for this catastrophe was because single institution, Minerals Management Service in the United States, both done all functions related to minerals exploitation. They issued licenses, they collected revenues and concessions, and they perform inspections. Because of entire conflict of interest, inspections didn't done their job properly. And first thing, presidential commission that was formed by President Obama done is separation of this mineral management service into 3 departments. One for licensing, one for collecting revenues, and one for inspections. And by establishing the inspectorate, we also divided these functions. But inspectors still perform significant roles in making suggestions to improve regulations. Related to objectives and tasks, it's important to mention objective on businesses level, which we defined as a need to apply self-assessment, to raise awarenesses and knowledge about regulation requirements and about a need to implement standards, best practices, etc. And on the state level, use of inspection knowledge to implement regulation and by defining rules and procedures, prevent incidents and accidents. Inspection management system. Actually, we started this exercise and very large project back in 2006. The idea was, and the idea was presented in the concept of the RS Inspectorate, which was a strategic document accepted by the RS government, that the IT system needs to be a part of the entire inspectorate or inspection system of the Republic of Srpska. We realized it in support of 3 integrated international projects, USAID and World Bank, and by the implementation of the IT system, we enable risk management support, planning cases and document management, creating statistics analysis, and support to inspection risk-based planning. Besides this software elements, we connected entire inspectorate and all our regional departments. All our inspectors within the inspectorate have portable computers and portable printers. For example, now, 3 years after, almost 3 years of the IMS functioning, our 240 inspectors are performing inspections in the field fully electronically by using the IT system, portable computers, and portable printers. And they are creating inspection minutes electronically. All of them have ECDL training for basic IT knowledge passed and earned ECDL start certificates. Besides this training, they have all passed the training to use the IT system. Entire process of the IT system implementation could be divided into these into these 10 steps. I'm sorry, there is only 9. Last step is transparency improvements. You can hear it on translation. It was very, how to say, bumpy road. First, we started with the regulatory reform. In 2006, our team of 40 inspectors in 10 teams within regulatory guillotine project performed full inventory of all regulations that are covering the inspection surveillance. A result was inventory of more than 3,000 inspection-related measures from 125 laws and more than 1,000 bylaws. After the guillotine project, the same team of inspectors prepared inspection checklists. Inspection checklist is now pretty ordinary tool to perform inspection in Republic of Srpska. For example, when inspector is starting the inspection and performing the inspection in the field, he is using inspection checklist with requirements defined in a structural way to record a factual state found during inspection surveillance. Automatically, the system offers him which measures he needs to apply, or maybe advices he needs to impose to lower the risk, to prevent regulation, to prevent irregularities, and at the same time to react preventively and correctively. In parallel with the inspection checklist development, we've done very huge procedures redesign. We create 2B diagrams of inspection processes in a structural way by using the UML methodology, and later on in 2010 these diagrams served as a basis to develop and adopt the new law on inspection, which is the process law. Okay. As you know, in a lot of countries in the region, inspection procedure is regulated by administrative law, but besides this administrative law, some specifics related only to inspection we regulated by adopting the law on inspections. It's very important to divide these two parts. First scope is the organizational and process framework, which define entire inspection system, its organization, inspections, surveillance areas, inspection checklists, and possible surveillance objects, and a framework of substantive regulations that are regulating requirements in different areas, which are basis for inspection checks, possible irregularities, and inspection measures that inspector can impose in case of irregularities. This is the entire infrastructure of the IMS system that we implemented with servers, computer network, data center, etc. A lot of ICT concepts were applied with workflow management, document management. It's enough to say that entire process, and all processes within the inspectorate are based on the IT system, including office keeping management. Each document that we are receiving in our administrative offices is digitalized, automatically sent to chief inspector, to inspector, and all cases are in electronic form. It's very interesting to mention this site, internet site. Besides, we created inspection checklists to support inspections in different areas. There are about 300 checklists now in our database. We published all of them on public domain. So all businesses have opportunity to inform themselves about requirements from regulation in a very easy way. The same checklists are used by inspectors when they come to perform inspections. By using inspection checklist registry internet site, inspection surveillance is fully, I would like to say, demystified and fully transparent, and there are no anything now hidden which could be asked by inspectors during inspection surveillance and asked from businesses. And it's very easy to understand now that this solution is a very good basis to implement self-assessment in different areas, especially in the area of small and medium enterprises. One of very important module of the IT system is to support to inspection risk-based planning. We implement entire module to support our chief inspectors in decision making, in finding best possible priorities to allocate inspection resources on inspection areas, business object, different object types, and actually on particular businesses and objects. How we done this. Each of inspection checks within the inspection checklist, you know, one inspection checklist consists of 10 to 20 inspection checks. And each of these checks, after inspection is finished, has these 5 possible answers. When there are no irregularities, always there is a risk that irregularity occur, or that incident, accident related to that irregularity occur. And because of that, inspectors answer with risk assessment. Okay, there are no irregularities, but there is a risk that irregularity occur, and the risk could be low, medium, or high. And this is inspector subjective assessment. If there are irregularities, again, situation is not black and white. We have level. We defined one level we defined as partially incorrect, where inspector can impose corrective measures, give, for example, 15, 30 days to remove irregularities to business entity, or significantly incorrect, where inspector must impose repressive measures. At the same time, when inspectors creating these old documents in different process stages of inspection surveillance, they are filling the knowledge database. The knowledge database is a source for different kind of statistical reports. We saw yesterday from Tim's presentation a very interesting analysis based on different data which are obviously collected by by utilizing some information system. Same, we are using our IT system as a basis for different statistical reports, analysis, to prepare our inspectors for inspections, because each inspector has all historical data about one businesses, and he has access to all previous documents created in all previous cases, and he is able to prepare himself where he or she needs to pay attention during inspection. By using this methodology, inspection time during inspection is reduced. Automatically, we have a less burden on business entities, because a business entity doesn't spend much time to serve inspectors. How this risk assessment module work? We have, you can imagine, we have this possible answer for each conducted inspection checks, about 20,000 inspections during the year for each inspections, and we have a huge amount of data. It's impossible with some specific algorithm to extract the knowledge from this data. And because of that, we modeled and prepared and implemented a fuzzy inference system as a business intelligence algorithm, which automatically calculates resulting risk for each particular inspection check. These resulting risks for each particular inspection checks during, for example, annual inspection plan preparation are used to automatically propose to chief inspectors priorities to allocate inspection resources, inspector time to different surveillance areas or object types. This is how it looks like in the client interface of the IMS. The person who is making the plan and who is supporting chief inspectors in preparation of annual plans just enters some basic parameters as an input, and system automatically creates proposal of priorities and proposal of allocation of inspection resources for surveillance areas. Based on normatives of duration of inspections for inspection areas, the system automatically calculates a number of inspections needed to implement policies and goals defined on annual level. What to say now after 3 years of the IT system functioning? You can see that our inspectors created more than 150,000 inspection documents in electronic form. Efficiency is better in 2011 than in 2010, with 5% more inspections conducted, and if we are looking period between 2008 and 2011, level of irregularity increased for 7%. Number of cases with irregularities decreased for 7% in past 5 years. Number of penalties also decreased for 5%. So we can measure some effects. Annual reports for the government and the National Assembly, of course, were created based on statistics which is generated from the IT system. At the end, I can say that the RS Inspectorate has very good international cooperation. We are members of the International Association of Labor Inspections. We are CIS Collaborating Center for RS entity in Bosnia and Herzegovina, and we are signatory of Declaration on Regional Cooperation of Labor Inspectorates in Southeast Europe. Besides this, we have cooperation agreements signed with the Labor Inspectorate in Portugal and with Central Inspectorate of Mongolia. Thank you for your attention.